don't expect me to do that ever again.
And here we have Metroid, MST, and Kaede about to start here in 4, 3, 2, 1. And we'll probably see a freeze here in a second so that they can sync up their timers. Can I have a promised Ridley that I can then later hold against Xander if it doesn't happen this seed? No. No, you can hold anything you want against me, but you can't hold things against me if they're not true. And
maybe
a little bit of...
to switch versions? Probably. If we do get more Fusion Randomizer Tournament going, we'll probably use the latest version then, which I will be so looking forward to, because that has a lot more starting options than the ones we're using right now.
Well, currently...
I mean, like, 3 more.
Currently we're using this one because it's currently the most stable and tested version. It's very tried and true, and we know what the issues are for the most part. Once again, that just slipped on the radar. But we are talking about this race today. We're going to be talking about this one. And what do I predict for this one? I think a speed booster start would be quite nice. It would keep the pace up quite a bit and allow us to zoom on through, just like our current generation.
Can I have a possibility that I could then play the hold against Xander if it doesn't happen? I mean, you can do that. Don't expect Xander to be too happy about it.
Yeah, as I was saying,
it's
a morph ball start. We've got another
looks like we're not going
start
fast this time around.
We're not going to be going fast, but you know what? The runners are going to roll with it. And, roll with it they shall. Early morph orb.
Orb 3D. AKA the one annoying NES game.
There's a check here on the main deck that we can do on the way down. That item could be pretty much anything that the runners would want. It could be bombs, it could be missiles, it could be charge beam, and it could be yours for the low price of a bit of rolling around, and of course, you have to deal with the darkness of that room as well. Many things have happened in that room. One of those cubby holes that really doesn't make sense unless it's designed for a purpose, and who knows what that purpose is. Could be power bombs, although that wouldn't really do the runners any favors. It could even be an energy tank, but instead, we get the missile data.
This feels laser boost.
Missile data has been unlocked. This will give the runners an interesting choice. Do they go to Arachnus? Do they go to Sector 1? Or do they go to Sector 2? And we see them going to Arachnus. It's up and down, then up again today.
Honestly, it's very close. You might as well do the checks now than doing them very late.
Yeah. Make sure to come up
by this point after that massive race. Well, again, doesn't help that we had an unbeatable seed earlier, and that last seed took way longer than I expected, even with me knowing the progression.
Speed booster at Arachnus, hopefully. And since they do have the morph ball, there are 5 mystery checks up here at Arachnus. They could be something crazy. We could get that speed booster. We could get the bombs. Oh, is this best of 3? This is a best of 3. This is their second race. This is their second race that I guess counts, because the first seed earlier was not valid. However, once again, in the past. Right now, we've got power bomb data, so now they'll be able to use the power bombs, but they do still need the bomb data in order to actually lay those power bombs. It's nice for later, but it's not nice for now.
Remember, you can't use PBs without main bombs, and you can't have main bombs without having to get enough some rubies.
Bombs? Bombs? You want it? It's yours, my friend, as long as you have enough freaking patience.
They got the power.
The power to read? That's a dumb reference. And then up here, energy tank in the way. Getting power bombs up here is enough, although this could end up being one of those sidetrack Arachnus missions that doesn't pay off, but it just might, as they get the ice missiles up here in Arachnus proper. It's not quite on the demon, but it is close. And it's going to give them a little bit of extra damage. Now, are we going to see them get fooled into trying to use the power bombs on Arachnus here?
as long as you have enough checks.
Missiles.
MST somewhat thinking to skip Arachnus again after skipping the last time on Desist Prophecy.
Which did turn out to be possibly a game-winning play.
Unfortunately, just the Arachnus special today. No ice missiles today.
And here we've got some energy tanks. Those ice missiles really speeding up that Arachnus fight, really making him, chill out a bit. Let's just say they iced him. Cold.
And now roly is my favorite.
Now they need to escape the scene of the crime. You know what? Those roly-polies don't like being out during the winter. So, it does make sense that freezing them to the bone would do that. Tanks for the memories. That's a good one. We like puns around here. Oh, that was Crows that said it. Yeah, that joke sucked.
Made it a scoffic.
CDI link is a blessing. True.
Gee, it's too boring around here.
Another energy tank here on the main deck. So there are not a lot of checks they can do there. Sector 1 or Sector 2? And it looks like Sector 1. Will you stay or will you go? Sector 1 or Sector 2?
We have a route divergence as MST is going to go to Sector 2.
Quite the route divergence. They're splitting up a little bit. I think that the slight amount of time that Metroid MST spent hesitating on fighting Arachnus is actually the difference between the two of them getting down to their sectors at the same time.
Definitely.
So I'd say Kaede is slightly ahead of Metroid MST, but not enough to be too significant. As we see an item on the Kago here.
And it's the ugliest suit around. Especially for those that play Prime with the Fusion suit on. It's very disappointing in 3D.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of old Ecto Cooler suit just in time. And we've got other suit!
This might be a jet seed, but
that's
just asking it to be too blessing at this point.
You know what? The seed said after last time, suit yourself. And it's all up to the decisions of these people as they're both dressed up very differently. Not something you often see this early into a race. Hey, commentary. Are they using a palette randomizer? What's going on?
No, the palette randomizer is not this one, nor the next two ones. It'll be in the future updates.
Did they... Oh, this has gotta be a palette right? They wouldn't get all of their suits like this now,
No,
right?
it's definitely about suits, my dude.
Right. No.
Wave is X Factor. Copper.
Wave is X Factor? That would be funny. Will Varia or Gravity Suit be the X Factor? I mean, whatever the case, it all factors into a very different place.
We also have the nice beam returning. The very nice beam.
I see what you did there.
You get a suit, and you get a suit. Commentators get a suit, and chat gets a suit. Everyone gets a suit.
And if you get the speed booster from maybe this lava pit, but you don't, instead you get the diffusion added to the missiles. You're gonna need the speed booster or the space jump in order to get that item over on the lava ledge, but now we do know there is a major on the lava ledge. Wait, can you get up there with high jump? Question mark.
Probably not.
3 majors in the same room? Actual jet seed action out here. A seed was chosen that was 5 minutes long. Unfortunately, these runners are not quite as good as me and my cousin. Me and my cousin beat the seed in like 4 seconds.
Oh, baby, a triple!
And we did it with our eyes closed.
And he was the decision to head into Sector 1, going to get his gravity suit and defuse the missiles soon enough.
And I'd say that Metroid MST might be slightly ahead due to the simple routing decision of going into Sector 2 first, because that gives access to green switches. Oh, it gives blue locks open. So if we end up finding something like the screw attack in here, you'd be able to enter Sector 3 straight away instead of having to first go and unlock the Sector 2 blue lots.
Hasn't Rando done the tiebreaker yet? They have, but due to unfortunate circumstances, they'll have to redo their match.
They will have their tiebreaker later on. Varia is still logical progression, but also it gives MST the ability to absorb Blue X, which gravity alone does not do. True. Extremely true.
Odd health.
Plenty of health on Kaede. And to think that maybe picking up one less energy tank could have been the difference in that last match. Many decisions led up to the point, so... You know, that at the very least proves that less is more sometimes. We've got the ice effect. Not able to get up there to get that major yet. Ice beam, diffusion. You know what? This is looking at like quite a cold start, and our runners aren't even going to be bothered by the heat with all of the suits that we've got right here. Not bothered by lava, not bothered by Blue X once that Varia suit is captured by Kaede, which I predict to be happening pretty soon, as he's now forced into Sector 2. The heat didn't bother them anyway.
I hate what you did there, and it makes me even more annoyed that it's that reference.
I predict a riot. That's very possible. Some are predicting the gravity of the situation to go way up. Perhaps even to increase. They did do the tiebreaker. We'll have to wait.
Yeah. If Rando did the tiebreaker, but due to unfortunate circumstances, a rematch is scheduled in the works.
That's all we gotta say about that. Yeah, next thing to talk about. I didn't catch what was on Charge Core. Energy tank, right?
Yeah.
Rough. Doesn't quite land the freeze on the Kago. Gets hit. But then does get the Varia suit. Now they're both suited up for any mission. So who would you put ahead here? Right now?
Definitely MST, because he went to Sector 2 first and got a bit more items that Kaede would have definitely liked to have in Sector 1. Although we're still kind of looking for bombs or speed or any sort of progression beyond Sectors 1 and 2.
The various routes in this one, true. But these various routes will converge probably on Sector 4 pretty soon. With the diffusion and the gravity able to go and check a couple of checks.
I'm not sure if I'm going to keep up with all the cool puns around here.
I'll be sure not to chill out with them. If I keep saying cool and chill and ice, people are gonna think that all I can think about is like that temperature. Yeah. Stay frosty. Always, dude. Yeah. If they get the bomb data anytime soon, they'll be able to use these power bombs that are just kind of chilling up there. Not quite playing with power right yet.
And the bomb jumps and single wall jump, or it's vanilla movement. Fusion does not allow infinite bomb jumps, although I think infinite bomb jump might be a feature in the future update. As for single wall jump, the only way to single wall jump in this game is with screw attack.
You can also do it while underwater without the gravity suit.
Yeah, other than that, it's vanilla. With a possible single wall jump.
Yep. We are running on pure vanilla mechanics, except that the items are in different places right here. Oh, also the ice beam found its way into the item pool somehow, and it ate 2 other items to get there. So,
yes.
And look at that, I think Hayate actually might be a little bit ahead going into Sector 4 before Metroid MST.
Maybe if you keep turning on the pressure, the gravity of the situation won't weigh you down. It will be a blast to see how they want us to do this. I'm having a blast watching this. Thank you, Mavic, for that.
Heck yeah. You know what? I'm glad that all of those jokes landed. There was a very high likelihood it would have bombed.
Not for question in Sector 4. It looks like Sector 3 is the main option, although...
We have one more check here. If this check is speed booster, things get nuts. If this check is bombs, things get nuts. If this check is bombs, things get nuts. You know what? That's fine with me. This check often something, and if it isn't something, then oops, it looks like we put too many blanks in the logic. Got that puffer frozen. I always call them puffers because they puff, like pufferfish.
Yeah, but they're power amps. They're technically called power amps.
Maverick, you're killing me. So this is an Almond Joy Jet Seed?
We'll have to see, because...
What does that mean?
I don't know.
And there we get the space jump. Here in the underwater PB check, right
all
there.
the majors today.
This is a major difference between this seed and the last seed. The pace is definitely going to be a lot higher. Even if they're lacking speed, they're definitely making up for it with a different kind of speed. And I'm not talking about that kind of speed. I'm talking about, like, items and movement.
But just have to see what other items are possibly front-loaded to possibly make this go faster.
I feel like they need to space these items out a bit more. I actually quite enjoy that. You know what? Bad pun mode has been enabled, and it will never be disabled.
You know, yes.
You know, you know what they say about this room? It's looking a little fishy. Quite fishy.
Thank you, Peter Griffin.
No need to be so crabby about it. What do we got in here? A little bit of E. Sorry, just filled with energy at the moment. These puns fuel my life.
If you can't roll with a pun, you won't make a splash in your day. Janice is making all the good puns right now.
Looks like you can't miss that missile tank. Gotta grab it, because without the charge beam, going to want a little bit of that extra damage action to take out the enemies in this area.
Yeah,
and take out the bosses as well.
You kind of need ammo for bosses if you don't have charge. That's kind of how it works.
Yep, that's what I said. And what do we got over here? Up there, we have another power bomb tank. Now that's playing without power, as we're going to be leaving that behind.
Now both ones can technically check zeros and get out just fine due to having gravity and space jump. Well, they also have high jump, so still fine. It's just with gravity, it makes it easier going through the normal way out.
If you aren't feeling this pun energy, don't tank it for the rest of us. Thank you for that one. Yeah. MST must not be feeling good.
He never checks
He never checks. The screens are not switched right here.
No.
No, Metroid MST actually choosing to go and face Cetus.
I see the person MST decides going to Cetus. That doesn't seem right. It was supposed to be the other person, so who is MST in this case if the screens are not switched?
Cetus is going to be fought to death and die. Probably.
Unfortunately, I'm not doing it that way. That's how you do it.
I have a crazy prediction. They have powerbomb access, yeah? You know what I think? Main deck has an item.
Possibly.
I think main deck has an item. I think that Sector 3's heated hallway could have a major. And of course the rest of Sector 2. It's just... You know, it's a rich environment for items as well.
Ooh, and unfortunately, their aim is going to be disabled upon defeating Ceres.
Wave
Feels
goodbye
bad,
to
man.
it.
Feels bad, man.
Wave. Feels wave, man. Indeed. And Ceres is getting taken out quite quickly. We've lost audio?
Somehow miraculously. I guess we're switching over to Kaede's audio.
I was gonna have to start making my own audio.
Boom, 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 boom.
A little bit of the old Game Boy Color version.
You're so.
It would go.
Was he so angry with waves that his audio died? Probably.
Yeah. I would be upset too if I had to deal with wave.
And the one time MC actually does Ceres, it's worth than nothing.
It's worse than nothing. True. Wait, Ridley seed? Speed on Ridley? Not again.
You know, that might be entirely possible too, and I hate that thought.
Tried to import a .wav audio file. Yeah, you gotta use .mp3.
Okay, let's do a quick test. Still nothing, okay.
Alright, and we've got audio back.
MST is 1 point ahead of Kaede.
Yep, it's 1-0 right now between Metroid MST and Kaedaruka W4. I'm getting good at this whole name pronunciation thing.
I'm sure you are.
Yeah, the seed will scale with the runners. It's actually a predictive seed that plays itself ahead of time. And then predicts where the runners will go using a special algorithm. They actually uploaded their minds to a computer. Xander, can I get a shout out? No.
I don't know where MST is going. He's definitely checked all of Sector 1.
I refuse.
Oh wait,
try
yeah,
hard.
he's based on. He's going back for that one major. I remember now.
There is a major over there. They're both going back for this major here in Sector Uno.
Makes sense. They do have the means of getting it now.
Algorithm. Yeah, I mean it's the same algorithm that they use to test the completability of seeds in the Varia randomizer. And there we get the
unfortunately
super
just
missile.
nothing. But that's a full missile combo for both our runners.
Yeah, here the super missiles are going to deal a lot of extra damage. Going to be really useful for when we have to eventually go and fight Yakuza. That's just super. And I think that the chat is getting super tired of all these puns here. And then we're gonna switch gears a little bit and talk about the damage that's about to be done to the rest of the run if we don't get it moving on quickly. Where do you think we're gonna find Speed Booster? Tell me honestly.
Probably main deck.
Are we getting people heated by the puns? Fortunately, they're gonna chill out a little bit once we get them a gravity suit for chat. Or a Varia suit. That'd be very interesting. Of course, you don't want to chill them out too much beforehand, because all y'all are Metroids who are sucking up the bandwidth at your houses to watch the stream right here on Speed Gaming.
Oh, Sector 2, that's also an option.
Sector 2, huge option. Tons of checks. Are they going to take a dip to cool down? They're going to dip into the tropical area. I'd hardly say they're cooling down here. I mean, after all, a little bit closer to the BSL equator. How does that work? Don't even ask. Don't even ask. If this is one side of the BSL equator, that would explain why it's as warm as it's counterpart, Sector 3. Why is it its counterpart? I've decided as much. It's not backed up by facts at all. It's, it's the logic of myself. Power bomb in the way.
Is this station even round? Well, there's a ring around it. Oh, and charge beam in Sector 3.
I would definitely not say
getting
that
one item closer to progression.
I would not
two
say
more
that
items closer to progression, but still.
This
close to
is
progression.
around. It is circular. You can go from one sector back to itself with screw attack. So
Even moves progression over there, pretty much. Unfortunately, Kaede can't do anything about going further into Sector 3 because speed boost and screw attack blocks, basically. So that's pretty much
is
all that
Tracker
he's gonna have to
missing
explore
wave on
today.
Ka? Yeah, Kaede is missing wave on the tracker.
Oh, I did not notice that. Unfortunately, still no audio on MST's end for some weird reason.
Thank you for the call, Baron. Okay, so they're missing speed, they're missing charisma, and they're missing charge. Well, one of them's missing charge. Kaede did find charge, according to the tracker. More like Sector 3 items. Yeah, no Freudian slip this time, as we're going to be going up onto the main deck and away from the sectors of danger. Main deck with power bombs seems like a good idea.
Sector 3!
Emergency in.
Sector 3's!
Sector freeze? That's Sector 5. There's a power bomb there. I would have went out of my way to dodge it by any means
Got no time to
necessary.
do that.
Using the spring ball, I would have failed, and it would have taken longer. That's why I'm up here, and they're down there, and they're the Samus, and I'm freezing up here, and they're up here, and oh, I just remembered, they're down there. But what I want to know is, where's the plasma?
What does that have to say? Kaede still has to check reactor silo because of the possibility of
You'd bomb it.
Where's the Ridley? Where's Ridley?
Good question. Great! Where did you leave Ridley? Norfair again. Well, do you remember what happened last time? Screw attack happened last time, Mother Brain. Yes, so why would you put Ridley back?
Oh, here's a major behind Wonderwall.
Ridley built-in immunity. Oh.
Oh, and looks like there's speed booster hidden away in Sector 2.
And looks like a plasma
beam
hidden in the reactor.
Oh man, this seed is making up for it. This seed is making up for it.
I'd say that's a rough spot, but the more and more that I've seen power bombs early in a run, the more times I've actually seen a major show up here in reactor.
All Kaede needs is go into Sector 2 to get speed boosted.
And going into Sector 2 and doing the mini checks there would be a lot easier, I'd say, than going into reactor from where Metroid MST currently is. And with the speed booster going to be left on a bit more of a hunt for the plasma beam down in the lower areas, not so much up in reactor. I could easily see this going Kaede's way, and we could see a game 3. Kaede doing Yakuza for a reason, probably, possibly even, maybe, possibly even to see.
Okay, well, it doesn't look like MST's audio is going to come back anytime soon. And even if I would try to tell him, he's probably still focused on racing right now to even worry about audio problems.
We see the Yakuza strategy to make him go back up quicker. You can actually get grabbed by... You can actually get grabbed by Yakuza, and that will put him back up quicker than waiting for him to go around the stage and back up, which lets you set up for blasting him in the mouth a little bit faster.
So how many times up to now has that been on the reactor silo? Somebody's gonna have to check that.
It's happened a lot.
I don't think it's been a lot, honestly. It's more like twice, maybe twice.
I've commentated 2 races where it happened in the past week.
I know I commentated the various time that happened in this whole tournament.
My first race, the first race I commentated over actually had that as well. And I know I was commentating over that with Summer.
If there was a good mode, what lines were needed for it still? They just need speed, MST needs charge and plasma.
So the difference right now is Kaede is in a very good position to find speed early on.
It was so close.
Whereas MST is so far away from naturally going into reactor.
Yeah, this seed could very well save us from interfering with the Link to the Past randomizer race later today.
We do have 33 more minutes left until we're going to have to go off for that. We were reassured, however, that we would have the time to be able to do this, so we do have that time.
So maybe done hot races a little bit sooner, but you know how it is, just always need to be prepared in case the worst scenario happens.
Chat, Xander hates me. I don't hate you, Cryhard, I just ignore.
That doesn't help!
There's a lot going on up here. On the official gaming channel for Speed Gaming.
This is quick coming through from Rando. Well, I'm glad to hear it, how awake it sound. If you wanted to give it a try, you can always join the Fusion Discord at...
Let's get an exclamation mark Fusion there.
There's a link to the Discord, feel free to join up, and we're more than happy to have you here.
Yeah, it is a really great time to play. This is a really great randomizer too. You don't get to really appreciate how cool Metroid Fusion's mechanics are because like you barely have enough time to play around with them before your next navigation room tells you to go to the data room that you already went to for the 3rd time.
Well, navigation rooms still don't do anything, but the hint system will be a thing.
Well, I was talking about vanilla.
I know.
Yeah, there's no navigation rooms in the way. Good summary of the game.
Basically. I don't know if MSC had any audio, I probably would have switched it just for Cat Jam, but unfortunately, audio problems is just a thing.
Oh, almost. Kaede almost able to perform the backwards long jump through the wall. Unfortunately, didn't get it, so is instead deciding to go into.
Talk about the backwards long jump into the toy. Don't mind me.
Oasis. Fusion is a great game.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall was a major.
And this is going to be a major turning point for the run right here as we see the speed booster on Kaede. Now go mode. Metroid MST still needs the charge beam that we know is on reactor core. So Kaede...
You mean plasma. He already found...
Blah 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 blah, yes. I was reading words on the screen while trying to talk at the same time. I'm unprofessional, I'm sorry.
Oh my god!
And what do we have here?
Well, that fixes his wave beam.
Yeah, but a little bit too
late. Not the thing he needs.
Place? A little bit too late. A little bit out of place, so... When you're looking for plasma, why do you even want that?
Kaede still has to unlock level green doors and then make his way to sector 5 and then to level 4 doors, but...
but that's
could catch up in that amount of time.
Has Metroid MST done Sector 5's underwater loop yet?
No.
No red locks, so that does put Kaede very much in the lead right now. And I think, honestly, it was the difference between doing a Sector 1 play and a Sector 2 play at the beginning that led to this difference in routing, potentially. Because that really shows the mindset.
MST is likely going to just unlock level 4s early and hope to find Plasma basically on his way there.
If MST does the Sector 4 or the Sector 5 loop and gets out before Kaede, then there's still a chance to go to Reactor and make this a close game, but I highly doubt it.
Yeah. He's just gonna go to the Reactor. He's gonna unlock level 4s, just basically check spots he didn't check before, and just basically be lost in trying to find Plasma.
Indeed. And there's the green switches. Metroid MST setting up for the spark through this room. I've actually practiced doing the space boost in this room to get that item instead, because it takes a little bit less time. But you do need space jump and the speed booster in order to perform it. Something you can do in vanilla because you'll have the ability to come back here late in the game.
I'll definitely say that this seed was much more kinder than the seed I gave them earlier, so... At least we have that going for us this time around.
Indeed. Much kinder, and I'll also say much shorter. Metroid MST, unfortunately, went through the door after placing the power bomb. We even won the first one. The first one was run by MST. Was won. And also run.
English!
Yeah. So, assuming that...
I'm just gonna go through now, bye! Thanks for freeing me, Samus!
Assuming that,
oh, and we get new attack in this extra 5 stage room. Just a little bit too, unfortunately, late for that.
Yeah, this is another Game 3. Lots of Game 3s in this tournament. It's proven to be quite the equalizer. There we go, Kaede getting the speed. Rapid tapping the R button here. I don't blame the pirate for wanting out, honestly.
Plus, that is definitely way too cramped for 2 space pirates to be in.
Screw this stuff, I'm out. Gotta make it PG.
And it looks like MST is going to delay a bit of his time going to level 4s and just going to check Nightmare when we know Plasma Beam is actually in Reactor Silo.
Plasma Beam was not on Yakuza, but it was in Reactor Silo at the energy tank location. Is that an energy tank or a missile location?
It was an energy tank.
Okay, good. I just played it, why am I asking? I was playing vanilla yesterday.
It's the right choice objectively, but he's screwing himself here. Quite literally, he has screw back now.
It is true, and because he is about to go on a bit of a screw attack adventure, that's going to screw up his routing for sure. Screw attack, screw. Yeah, it's a rough Plasma Beam position, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I promised one of my commenters under a video that I recently put out that I would do secret message to get out instead of going out normally after I do red locks. So I've set myself up for a task.
I would say going for the worst room in the game, just literally flipping it to these hermit crabs and just saying screw their lives.
I wouldn't say this is the worst room in the game. It's just an annoying room.
The uneven terrain doesn't really help.
Well, I'd say that there are definitely worse rooms, like Ripper Tower's pretty bad. We don't like Ripper Tower around here. There's several different SAX encounter rooms that are pretty bad simply because you don't need to go in them. Crab Battle's a unfun room to have to go into because it just takes so long. The lower Ridley's lair room can look especially bad. It is accessible from the left. Oh wait, was accessible from the left. It is if you have screw attack.
There's also a hidden passageway to get that item, so...
That hidden passageway would be on the right. Once you speed booster through here. It removes...
You still technically need speed booster in order to break through these speed booster blocks going from 5 to 4, so still need.
You can't logically get into 4 without speed booster, that is true. You can, with a very precise clip, get through the red door at Sector 4 underneath the entrance to Saris hallway area, but that's not really logical or something that the seed will likely ever ask you to do.
Yeah. And well, gonna have Kaede face the SAX, no problems.
And here we
might have a bit of an issue with Omega due to just not finding the right beam, but still doable nonetheless.
There should be a clip-on mode.
God no. Just no. No.
I mean, if we have a clip-on mode, then a lot of these races could end up being a clip-on tie. Memory corruption randomizer when?
Can't be possible with the files to one because I think they're both on file A's. It has to be on a specific file, and there's a lot more stuff to that I do not have on my mind because that's not what I was expecting to be asked today.
Ooh. Shoots the
Hono
SAX in the forehead with a missile just for being bad. Boo, that pun was clip art. Make sure to put it up on the fridge. I would appreciate that. This is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them. Just wait until Army and I are on the mic, then things are gonna get insane.
God, I'd hate to see the chaos that happened from you, me, and Army on the mic.
Yeah, I'd hate to see that too.
I mean, you could make it happen.
Nah, I'm good. I wouldn't know what to say because there'd be so many people talking.
Do you still want to be catch question in chat? The goal is basically to get charge, main missiles, speed booster, gravity, main missile. Sorry, I have to restart it again. Yeah, you need items to basically trigger the final SAX fight, which is a high jump or space jump, charge, plasma, level 4 doors unlocked, and main missiles to kill the 4X. Gravity suit is basically required, but it's not really stated.
What a coincidence! We have everybody wants to be a cat, adding wannabe cat with a Pepe cat.
So yeah, this definitely is going to be a game free that I'm
Plasma was
definitely
on
going to
the
have to commentate on.
Yeah, it was on the reactor silo bridge. Unfortunately, no screw attack, so we're not even going to see the opportunity for a low height. Easy GG to Kaede.
Yep. The only way I can see this still being an issue is that if somehow Kaede dies. Oh no, he's at 1 HP!
Oh, I've never heard this before. Yeah.
The only possible way for MSC to get back is if Kaede dies to Omega and still just has trouble just trying to kill it, honestly.
True. If Kaede dies to Omega and then forgets where Plasma was, then there might still be a chance.
They say it's recently on main deck, so I don't think that's an issue.
Or forgets that they have go mode. It's just like, oh no, I died, I have to go back and unlock red locks. And then they pass by a red door and they're like, I'll go through here to get to red lock. Just like, wait, are you okay?
I'm pretty sure Kaide's safe. Don't prove me wrong, Omega.
Have to do the fight a little bit slower because of the lack of a wide beam.
Not very wide, if you Samus. And looks like that's it.
I mean, with the fusion suit, Samus does have a much slimmer figure than other games, so not very wide indeed. And we see the GG in the chat as we end off this round of races. 1-1 between Metroid ST and Kaede Ruka W4.
Thankfully finishing just in time, man.
Mm-hmm.